Dear viewers, welcome to ERi-TV. This is English news broadcast for this hour. I'm Barsaba Takhla, and coming up are the major headlines for today. President Isaias departs for the Republic of Korea. Diaspora nationals in Canada celebrate Independence Day anniversary. EU agrees for tariffs on Russian and Belarusian grain imports. And the Philippine president warns China against acts of war. On your domestic reports, at the invitation of President Yoon Suk-yeol, President Isaias departed for Seoul this afternoon to participate in the 2024 South Korea-Africa Summit, which will be held from June 3 to 4. The first South Korea-African Leaders Summit is scheduled to take place in Seoul under the theme, The Future We Make Together, Shared Growth, Sustainability and Solidarity. The summit aims to strengthen economic, political and diplomatic relations and cooperation between the Republic of Korea and African countries. On the sidelines of the summit, President Isaias and his delegation will hold talks with leaders of the Republic of Korea and African countries, focusing on strengthening bilateral relations and addressing issues of mutual interest. They will also engage in discussions with heads of institutions and companies. The presidential delegation includes Mr. Usman Saleh, Minister of Foreign Affairs. Representatives from 48 African countries, including 25 leaders, are expected to participate in the summit. Nationals residing in various cities across Canada have colorfully celebrated the 33rd Independence Day anniversary under the theme Peace Anchored on Resilience. These celebratory events in Regina, Toronto, Ottawa, Burlington, Calgary, Winnipeg, Montreal, Windsor, Edmonton, London, Halifax, Victoria and British Columbia were attended by numerous nationals. The events featured cultural, artistic and sports programs. At the celebratory event in Toronto, Ms. Amarish Mabratu, head of the mission in Canada, delivered a message commemorating Independence Day. The participants expressed their readiness to strengthen organizational capacity and participation in national affairs. On your last domestic report, a seminar aimed at eliminating female genital mutilation or FGM and underage marriages, which severely affect the physical and psychological well-being of children, was organized in Eritrea subzone. The seminar was attended by directors of 25 schools, religious leaders and village elders. During the seminar, extensive briefings on the health, social and psychological consequences for women were provided. A call was also made for an integrated effort from the public and concerned institutions to curb these practices. Ms. Medhanit Gurmai, head of the Ministry of Labour and Social Welfare branch, stated that the seminar was part of the ongoing awareness programs being conducted across the subzone. She called on area administrators, religious leaders and influential individuals to enhance their participation in these efforts. Mr. Zerai Debesai, a judge at the Eritrea court, gave an extensive briefing on the criminal and civil legal implications of underage marriages and FGM, emphasizing accountability. Speaking at the occasion, Mr. Habtai Tesvazgi, administrator of the subzone, called for strong efforts to educate the public and bring about behavioral change to eliminate these harmful practices. He stressed that controlling these practices should not be left solely to the government and the BFDJ, but should involve religious leaders, village elders and seminar participants. Dear viewers, we'll be back with your international reports and more after the short break. Welcome back. European Union trade ministers have agreed to impose prohibitive tariffs on grain and other agricultural products from Russia and Belarus from July 1st. The tariffs will be €95 or $102.76 per ton for cereals and 50% of their value for oilseeds. Tariffs will also apply to beet pulp, pellets and dried peas. The minister's decision on Thursday follows a proposal from the European Commission on March 22. The announcement of the new tariffs quickly drew Russian disapproval. The new messages from the EU will yet have to be analyzed, but their ideology is clear. They want to squeeze Russia out of everything. Russian Ministry of Foreign Affairs spokeswoman Maria Zarakova told reporters at weekly briefing. Vincent van Petegem, the finance minister of Belgium, which holds the rotating presidency of the EU, said the new tariffs were intended to stop imports of grain from Russia and Belarus into the European Union in practice. On today's final report, Philippine President Ferdinand Marcos Jr. has warned China not to cross a red line in the South China Sea, where a standoff between the countries continues to escalate. If any Filipino died as a result of China's willful actions, he said on Friday, the Philippines would consider it as close to an act of war and respond accordingly. Mr. Marcos was speaking at a security forum in Singapore attended by defense chiefs from around the world, including the U.S.'s Lloyd Austin. He stressed the region remained a main focus for Washington and that the U.S. was only secure if Asia was secure too. In recent months, the long-standing dispute between China and the Philippines over territory in the South China Sea has sharpened into aggressive clashes. You're still watching us on ERi-TV, dear viewers, and now a quick recap of the major headlines. President Isesa Fork departs for the Republic of Korea. Diaspora nationals in Canada celebrate Independence Day anniversary. EU agrees for tariffs on Russian and Belarusian grain imports. And the Philippine president warns China against acts of war. That was it for today, dear viewers. Thanks for watching and have a good one.